You want to know what the best dating apps are for Black singles? Well, let's talk about it. What's up, guys? This is Jasmine Diaz, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, hello and welcome. If you are not a subscriber, I definitely encourage you to go ahead and click that button. Today, I'm going to be picking up on a really popular topic because last week we talked about why it's difficult for Black women to find love, and I felt like it would be a great follow-up to talk about the places that you could go to actually have some success in your love life. Now, I do want to start by saying that I am a professional matchmaker who works with singles, Black singles, day in and day out. But my experience as a dater is a little bit different. I have been married a really long time. So a lot of my advice comes from the feedback that I have heard from my clients through the years, as well as my personal experiences with some of these platforms, because as a matchmaker, I have learned my way through the dating space, and I've gotten to know a lot of the founders of some of these apps. Now, before we jump full-fledged ahead into this, just know that this is a personal opinion. It doesn't mean that the app that you are using right now is not suited for you. If you are currently finding love on your own and having a tremendous experience on a platform that I don't mention, just know that it's not being omitted because there's anything wrong with it. It's just that my experience with it might be limited, okay? I know this is hard, but we'll jump into it right now. First up on my list of dating apps for Black singles is actually a platform that I have done a tutorial for here. If you want to take a look at that tutorial, you're definitely welcome to. But Coffee Meets Bagel is one of the apps that I highly suggest because of some of their features. Not just because I think they're a really great app, which I think they are, but the features that they have really are conducive to having connections with people who might look like you. So if you are a Black professional who prefers to date only Black singles, then Coffee Meets Bagel has a feature that allows you to filter by race as well as religion. So if you are a spiritual person, then looking through the platform, making selections based on that might be incredibly helpful, as well as narrowing down to education, which is something that's important to a lot of Black singles. If you watch the video prior to this that I mentioned at the top, which is why it's difficult for Black women to find love, one of the things that I mentioned was around education. We tend to be highly educated, and sometimes finding our equal can be difficult. Well, the great thing about Coffee Meets Bagel, not only does it allow you to filter by race or ethnicity, but it also allows you to filter by education, family status, and the like. So Coffee Meets Bagel is definitely on my list of applications that I think Black singles will enjoy. Next up on my list of apps for Black singles is Bumble. I'm sure you were expecting this. And the reason why I think Bumble is a really great platform is, one, I have met really great people on the platform who have found their own partners, Black singles who have thriving relationships on Bumble. But in addition to that, as women, it puts you in the driver's seat, allows you the option to pick and choose who you want to spend your time with. Now, Bumble does not have a feature that allows you to filter by race or ethnicity, unlike Coffee Meets Bagel. But what it does have is the power is in your hand, right? You can swipe through the app to find whomever you think is attractive. So if you are open to relationships outside of your race, it's a great platform for that because you can connect with just about anybody that is of value. One of the features that you can use in addition to Coffee Meets Bagel is there is an education feature that you can filter through. Age is definitely something, whether someone has children or does not. These are things that most Black singles find very important. So having the ability to pick and choose based on that is important. It's not only important, but it's great. Next up is Hinge, a dating app that so many of you are probably using right now. Popular YouTuber Simone Charisse actually just did a video about her Hinge experience, going on multiple dates. It's a vlog you should definitely check out for her experience. But Hinge is very similar to Coffee Meets Bagel with its filter feature. But in addition to being able to filter by race and ethnicity, family status, and the like, Hinge has a video calling option for those of you who might be a little bit skittish about meeting people in person on the first try. You get what I'm saying? Especially now with COVID being what it is, some of us are still social distancing or really caring more about the quality of connections that we're making. So having an application that allows you to do video calling is really awesome for that purpose, but also to ensure that you're not being catfished by someone that might not be exactly who they say they are. Hinge also has a We Met feature that allows you to keep track of the connections that you're making. So if you're out there living your best dating life and not keeping track of who or what you're meeting or why, this feature is incredibly valuable. The next dating app I believe Black singles should try is an oldie, I guess, but goodie, which is Match. Believe it or not, Match.com is still knocking it out of the park on relationships. They've spent years and years and years building this incredibly exhaustive profile that you have to complete. But in spending time on this profile, it leads to better connections with people and allows you to screen for all sorts of reasons. So regardless of what you're looking for, whether that's someone older or younger, the platform is fantastic for that. Now, I recognize that some platforms are not ideal for professionals or singles of a certain age group, but one thing that I've noticed about Match is that it does not discriminate. So there are no age discrimination or sexist, elitist things that you have to worry about on this platform, because really for Match, it caters to everyone like you. The last dating app I would recommend for Black singles is actually owned by a friend of mine named Joseph Dixon. It's called Real Black Love. Real Black Love, or RBL, has been in existence for several years. I think I've known Joseph, probably 6 or 7 years now. And so it's probably been an app that has been thriving for much longer than that, but Real Black Love is an app for Black singles by someone Black. So if you are in the mood to support Black creators, Black entrepreneurs, then RBL is a great app to utilize. But in addition to having features that are very similar amongst all of the other apps, RBL has a great track record of long-term relationships. So if you are looking for that, if that's something that you find of value, you can absolutely find more Black singles on this app than probably some of the other platforms. Unfortunately, on some of these other applications, we find that there is a little bit of a difference with the makeup, right? And what I mean by makeup, I mean the racial demographic. Some platforms skew a little bit more older or younger. They might skew a little bit more white or Black or Asian, and it's okay. But whatever platform that you decide on, I would highly, highly encourage you to do a little bit of homework about what each platform caters to, which client they serve is essentially what I'm saying, because they do have a demo that they are targeting, and because that demo might differ from platform to platform, you might find yourself having less success on some and more success on others. Make sense? So tell me what you think about these dating apps and whether or not you have been successful on a dating platform before. Leave your comments below. I want to know what apps are like really hitting it out of the park. Have you met someone on an app before? What was your experience? Definitely share below, because maybe someone watching this can find out something new about a platform I don't know about. If you're not a subscriber, I definitely encourage you to just go ahead and bing, bing, hit that button. But thank you so much for tuning in, and then we will talk again next week. Enjoy.